Hello, Mac family and friends, and it's me, Pastor Jason, and we're about to just head out on a few days camping here at the end of August. And but I wanted to give you a couple updates and a couple of things, and a bit of an announcement here as well. As we're kind of struggling through this heat wave. I kind of thought, isn't this just the wonderful time when we can talk about evangelism? Everybody, boy, is it ever hot out there. And we can always say, you think it's hot now, wait till hell, right? And there you just go launch right into the gospel message. Good stuff, anyway. But we're going to go camping, and apparently the weather's going to take a downturn, but that's all right, nevertheless. Again, just for those of you who perhaps are not aware, or maybe you have still kind of watching things at home, we are meeting in person here at MAC at 10:30 Sunday mornings, but we're also continuing to do some live streaming for those who are unable to join us here in person. And so we're going to continue on to do that for the next foreseeable future. I know many are kind of watching what this fall is going to be like. We are praying, obviously, for schools reopening, and obviously a lot of the different suspicions of second waves and all that sort of stuff in this COVID season, year, concern, if you will. 2020 has been a difficult year, and not only just obviously COVID, but our church family has obviously been going through a number of stuff going back into March. And one of the reasons why I make this video is that, in fact, going back to this past spring, we never did have our general annual meeting. And so because of obviously we couldn't get together in larger numbers at that time, and so we've kind of been putting that off a little bit, and now we can obviously meet, and so we've been trying to wrestle to get some timelines going. We have been waiting for some different reports. One more report that you didn't receive back in the spring was the report of the nominating committee. And unfortunately, that is not going to be presented at this time, but we are moving ahead towards an annual general meeting. We have scheduled it for September 13th. September 13th. So it's a Sunday, and so they've got about 3 weeks now. And we're really just praying and asking that as many as possible can show up. We will do what we can to obviously accommodate that and see where that's going to happen, and if we need to all mask up or whatever the case may be, just so that everybody's feeling comfortable with that. But along with obviously presenting the reports from our ministry year of 2019, because everything has been delayed from that. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the concerns that were raised against myself going back again to March. And I know it hasn't been the process, perhaps the updates that we wanted to do, that we were able to do. In fact, over the last 6 months of going through this, in fact, myself and the individuals with those concerns have only had one face-to-face meeting. Unfortunately, again, COVID sort of put many of those things off, and then scheduling over the summer, and then some other roadblocks have happened as well. But needless to say, that will be a topic, one of probably the bigger topics that we will address at our annual meeting. Again, I understand there's frustrations. There's many questions that are out there for sure. So I'm going to challenge you. Actually, I'm going to ask you to write those questions down. Take the next couple of weeks as we prepare for this meeting to pray, to fast, to seek the Lord, to seek His face. Write down those questions, and then we would love to have that. I would love to answer any questions that I can. I talked with one individual, and their feeling was that we couldn't talk about this, and that's not true. In fact, much of this I wanted to bring to light and have discussions, and I know that obviously we may not see things eye to eye, but obviously we need to move forward as a church. Another one put it very eloquently, saying that this just needs to end. Yes, how that ends is always the question, and again, we're still working towards to some of those some of those answers. So write down your questions. Pray for this time of annual meeting. And again, we understand the questions. We understand the frustrations. We understand the hurts. I know for myself, I know for my family, I know for my own children, I know for many here in our Mac family. Again, I've been hurt, obviously just frustrated and really kind of confused through this whole time. And for that, I apologize the best I can. And so we want to work this out, move this forward. And so September 13th. So that's a Sunday. We'll have it a Sunday afternoon. We won't have our traditional potluck, but we can maybe have a bag lunch or something, maybe a picnic outside. I don't know. Maybe we can work some other details out. But we definitely want to get to answer some questions, have some discussions. Again, respectable discussions, God-honoring, obviously questions and dialogues and that sort of thing. How do we move forward as a church family and honor God and continue to see Mac be built up, and how does that look in this season of things? So I'm going to be praying for us as a church family, as I have over these past months. Again, I'm just so thankful for those, for your patience, just in general. Again, so many things have just been just out of our hands. And so thank you for your patience. Thank you for those who have been, again, working behind the scenes so much with our tech and things, keeping us live streaming since we had to obviously shut things down back in March, I guess it was. And then obviously in the reopening as well, getting some ushers trained and getting some other things happening. And so God, we just trust in God that things are going to work out. Again, God is not surprised by any of this, and perhaps that's a bit of a head scratcher for us. God's not surprised. God is not, he's not alarmed. He knew, he allowed each and everything that this year has brought. Its great challenges, its frustrations, its questions, even its hurts, and even its losses. God knew all about it. And so we're going to continue to trust in him and seek him and to honor him as we move forward. So again, God bless you. We're going to take off for a few days, and so write down those questions and get some thoughts together, and we're going to look forward to that time, September 13th. Please make it a priority for everyone to be there, and we'll move forward together. All right? God bless you. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of August, and as fall comes and the leaves start to turn, we'll celebrate about fall and autumn as well. Anyway, God bless. Take care.